Hello friends! Do you want to know how to clean your Lego sets? The best, easiest, and cheapest way is water and dish soap. But I'm going to dive right into exactly the best method for doing so, what things you want to watch out for, and so much more. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. And let's dive right into it. Right here, I have my dumped out bag for moving purposes and storage. I store all my Legos in Ziploc bags. Easy way to just dump it in. But they did get very dusty being in my former places that I've lived and whatnot. So here we have, right here, that didn't work the way I wanted it to, the dusty Legos all ready to be cleaned. The first thing you're going to want to do, well, number one, get a Tupperware or some kind of container that they can be contained into and put some water in there, as well as a drop of dish soap, a little more water so it suds up, and you're going to leave it there for no more than 20 minutes. Now if you do have stickers or printed bricks, you do want to be careful. Dawn is going to be your best friend here. You won't want to leave them in too long. The 20 minutes is typically pretty good. I've left some stickered pieces and they seem to be okay, but just something you want to keep an eye out for, especially with those older retired sets. It is much harder to get those sticker sheets. Maybe Lego still has some and they can send them for you, but pretty unlikely. So you have your dish soap, you have your water. They've sat for 20 minutes. Now you want to get them out without losing them. I pour them down the sink drain, but I don't pour them just down the sink drain because that could mean losing pieces. I pour them in a colander, which does a pretty good job at containing the small pieces. One of those things that you'd use to drain your spaghetti. Just make sure it's clean first, because then you're getting spaghetti all over your Legos and you have to go back and clean them all over again. So a clean colander, down the sink drain, and then I dry them out on a towel on a table out of the sun. So that my lighter bricks, like my whites and tans and yellows, don't fade super much, because that will happen. I've seen people dry them outside. Yes, it does get the job done quicker, but you will have fading happening eventually if you do it for too much. And then you let them dry, and then you can put your set together, or put them back in the bag, and now they're clean. But there are some other methods. I'm sure you want to hear about them. You can take a toothbrush, clean, that you don't use in your mouth, and you don't want to after this. At least I'm pretty sure that's what the dentist would recommend. You can take a toothbrush and scrub each individual stud with that, and it does a decent job. Not as well as water, but if the water doesn't get it all, it could be a good way to kind of go over it if you want them super 100% clean. The other way is an air duster, those computer air dusters. They're compressed air, they get cold, you press the trigger and it squirts out air. It's a good way for cleaning electronics. It does have a narrow nozzle, so if you find one with a wide one, number one, let me down in the comments, because that would be kind of useful for Legos. But the narrow one, it does a decent job, just not as good as water. And it does usually cost about $7 to $15 a can, depending on where you get it. And a toothbrush is a couple bucks. This is the cheapest. It's going to cost you the cost of dish soap and running some water. And then your last option, the most expensive, but probably it looks like it's the best. I haven't personally tried it. It's the cleanmybricks, which is a little vacuum that will vacuum your Legos. It's really good for already built sets as opposed to loose pieces. I'm not sure if it will suck loose pieces up. I haven't personally used it. I don't know if it works exactly like a real vacuum or not. But I've seen a lot of people use it to vacuum their cities and modulars and whatnot, and it does a pretty good job. It's a $50 little mini vacuum that is built specifically for Lego bricks. Let me know what you think of all these thoughts. What is your favorite way to clean your bricks? Answer it right down in the comments, and I'm going to see you in the very next video.